Okay, we're going to be working with the Street Atlas USA 2011 Plus. Just a note right now, when you buy this product, make sure you get the Plus edition because it is the one. There are two editions, and the Plus has the phone numbers, and of course that's what you're going to need. But before we go there, I wanted to go to the website zipcodes.com because what we're going to be doing, like I said, it's a two-stage process as far as voice broadcasting. Stage one is compiling your call list, which is your phone numbers you're going to call in. Stage two is plugging them into iBuzz Pro. We're compiling our phone numbers, and I think the best way to go about it is by zip code. So let's go ahead and look at this zipcodes.com. Scroll down, and these are the different state zip codes. I'm going to go to Tennessee because that's where I live, and click on that. Okay, these are the towns and cities in Tennessee. Now I live in Mount Juliet. Kind of a small town. Just give you an example. And of course, this doesn't matter whether you live in a small town or a large city. The process here is going to pretty much work the same way. Let's go to Mount Juliet. There I am right there. I'm going to click on that. And Mount Juliet has two zip codes, 37121 and 37122. So if our church was located in Mount Juliet, these are the zip codes that we're going to be working with to compile our call list. Now let's go to Nashville. That's kind of a large city, as you know, and it's not very far. I live just outside of Nashville. So this is if you live in a larger city. Okay, there's Nashville. We're going to look at the Nashville zip codes, and of course there are several. Now let's say our church is located in zip code 37215, and we want to make sure, for example, that we call everyone that's in our zip code. Okay, that would be that right there. Let's just write down that number, 37215, and we'll use it. Now let's get out of this. Now let's go to our Street Atlas USA 2011 Plus. There's the icon. Of course, it came in the mail. I downloaded it on my computer, and now there it is, so I'm going to click on it. Takes a minute to come up. This is an amazing piece of software. This is what you can do with maps and phone numbers, and it really allows you to take a strategic approach to growing your congregation based on the area that you're working in and just how you want to proceed with that. Okay, I'm going to get out of that, and let's see. We're at the phone. We have phone listings set up. There are different bars here you can click on. We're on phone. Okay, residential and business. Now let's get out of business. We don't want any business. We're just looking for residential listings in the area code or zip code 37215. So let's put in 37215, and we're ready to search. And I think in 37215, I'm not sure, I think there are about 7,000, there are going to be about 7,000 listings, between 7,000 and 8,000 listings, something like that. And of course it's going to vary depending on your zip code. Okay, this is the first 1,000. It groups in 1,000, and let's say we're going to choose that first 1,000 and create a file. The file can only be as large as 1,000. You can't make a file with 2,000. But that's really not a problem. You just go ahead and create your files in the beginning. When you load them into iBuzz Pro, then you can combine them. And it's really more advantageous to do it, I think, at that point than to do it now. So we're going to click Add. Adds it over here on the right side. There's our first 1,000 in 37215. We're going to go to File, because we're going to create a file. Okay, let's put it in My Documents. Okay, and we're going to name this 37215 File 1. And let's save. Okay, that's the first one. Now let's remove these, and let's search for more. Okay, there's our second 1,000. It says records listed 1,000. All right, we're going to add over here to File, and this one is going to be 37215 File 2. Now let's save that. Okay, let's remove these. We're going to do 5 of them, I think. It'll be good. Here's more. There's our third 1,000 group we're going to add over here to File. 37215 File 3. And save those. Remove these. And we're going to more. And let's add them over here. Now let's create this file, 37215 file 4. Okay, let's do one more group of 1,000. Let's remove these and go for more of these. And let's go to add these to file 37215, file 5, and save that. Okay, one thing I want you to notice here, on the left-hand side of these names and phone numbers, there are asterisks on some of them, and some of them they're not. The ones that have an asterisk are registered on the Do Not Call Registry, the National Do Not Call Registry. The ones that don't have an asterisk, of course, are not on there. Now, as far as whether or not you want to call people on the Do Not Call Registry, that's up to you. There's a good website you can go to called donotcall.gov, and it gives the outline of what is in the legislation there regarding Do Not Call. My understanding in reading the website there is that if you are a nonprofit entity, you are allowed to call people on the Do Not Call Registry. And of course, I'll leave that just up to you. And I'll show you when we get to iBuzz Pro and start plugging these numbers in. iBuzz Pro has a filter that allows you to compare the Do Not Call Registry, National Do Not Call Registry, with your call list, and if you want it to, it'll eliminate the people on your call list that are on Do Not Call Registry. And like I say, that's totally up to you. One thing important to remember, whether you call them or not, depending on who you call, at the end of every message that you send out, you're going to say, if you would like to be removed from our call list, press 9 now. That eliminates them from your call list now and in the future, and they will never receive another voice broadcast from you. So the public really does have control as far as what they get and what they don't get. And I hope I made that clear about Do Not Call. Like I say, if you have any questions, go to donotcall.gov, and it's got all of the information about Do Not Call. Okay, let's get out of this Street Atlas. We have put together 5 files. Let's go to my documents, and here are documents I have here's my file 1, file 2, file 3, file 4, and file 5. These are the 5 files that are in 37215, and that would be 5,000 entries total. So that's all we're going to do. We're using Street Atlas for us right now. What you need to do now is go to the video I have on how to use iBuzz Pro, and I'll show you how to plug these files into iBuzz Pro and actually do a voice broadcast.